Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is the Fitness Report radio show brought to you by the Fitness Representative. Great day today. A lot of sun out. Sun is shining after a long week of crazy weather. Shout out to those who weathered those storms out in Dallas for one, in the South. Everything kind of changed on y'all. So shout out to y'all that actually made it through. Hopefully everyone was okay. We heard a lot of stories of tragedy and how Texas kind of played y'all with the storm, but shout out to everybody that made it through. Also in Chicago, seeing that we used to it, in New York, and just from the Midwest to the East, we pretty much used to these storms, but shout out to those who kind of made it through, and seeing that not everybody could go south or go out west to go places to where they could just get away from it all. Shout out to those who had to weather it and just be in the mix. We got a good show today. Got a special guest, and we're gonna bring to you the epitome of someone who's just looking out for the brothers, looking out for the sisters, looking out for those who want to keep themselves in shape. Everybody knows when we talk about fitness, we're not just talking about physical fitness. We're talking about what it is to put all things fitness together. That comes to what comes to mind is basically physical, mental, spiritual, financial, all those things that are to be put together to make us whole. So we want to get into that today. And also, before we do that, I'd like to give us a couple shouts out to a few people out there, including myself. Got some big things coming up. Got some big things in the works. Shout out to the Aux. The Aux is our new building that's being built up basically from scratch. Shout out to the brothers and sisters that have included themselves into our project, the architects. Shout out to our team, myself, Tiffany Holmes, Tasha Wilson, Jacqueline White, Julie Kaufman, Lori Lazar. Shout out to all of y'all for just being a great team. We got something real special coming in Evanston. If you want to check it out, if you go on my page, you see I put up a post about us getting through the DAPPER meetings and the city zoning boards and stuff like that so that we can bring you guys something special. We got a lot going on over this next year into 2022 to where we can actually bring you a small business mall. So I just wanted to mention that first. Shout out to the Aux because that's going to be our home. Shout out to Wellbeing Chicago, which is my company along with co-founder Tiffany Holmes. Shout out to the Laundry Cafe and Chef Q. Shout out to Full Bloom Lotus and Ramah. And shout out to Sunshine Enterprises. We got a lot going on. We bring into y'all a small business mall. We bring it to y'all a small business mall, something that you probably never seen before. And if you have, you definitely haven't seen it in the city of Evanston. So when we talk about diversity, when we talk about inclusion, when we talk about what it is to have a small business and be able to make a difference as melanated people, this is going to be the epitome of that. So you guys really want to stay tuned and stand by and see what we got in store at the Aux and our little hub of small business. So you'll see more about it. And if you want to go to our site, come on to my page and you'll see a nice little advertised beginner stage. So got a lot going on, y'all, and we really hope that you guys take on to what we're doing and jump into this project full steam ahead with us. And I'm pretty sure you'll be satisfied with what the outcome is. So we're gonna go into that. Also, we like to go into this past weekend. We had the TMH Man Cave, where men basically come together and be able to express themselves, be able to open up and share all of their feelings when it comes to just being vulnerable. And what this weekend's topic was about was removing the mask. They had former NBA player Katino Mobley as one of the special panelists. And he really did give great insight. Much love to Fred Long, who moderated the event. Much love to Titani Harris, who created the whole man cave thing. But it was a great event. It was something to for brothers to be proud of, and for brothers to take and run with, seeing that it's a seminar, just something that you just basically take back to the people you know and be better based off of the knowledge that you gain and the insight that you gain outside of yourself through other panelists. So shout out to TMH Man Cave for that. And just to a great week. We on the north side finally got a chance to thaw out. We right on the lake, so that snow, it wasn't going nowhere. But next thing you know, the sun came out and those higher temperatures hit, and now everybody's good again. So back to getting tickets, back to being able to park, and back to the crazy north side of Chicago. So shout out to y'all for going through that little week of craziness on the north side. But to get into it, we got a caller, and that caller is going to be our special guest coming to you from California, by way of Chicago. Good friend of mine, special person, really someone that I could relate to because things are kind of intertwined when it comes to my life experiences and the things that she currently do. So when we talk about putting stuff together, and when we talk about someone who's actually in it for the cause, we want to talk about our special guest. So who we want to bring to you now is our special guest all the way from San Diego, California, the lovely Mars Herring. So Mars is going to be with us today. We're going to go over what it is to be one of the red, black, and green, and how that ties into fitness for the mind, body, spirit. And we're really going to go into it with Mars Herring. Let's see. This is the Fitness Report radio show. Caller, do we have you on? Is this you're on, Mars?
Yeah, I'm on. I'm here.
All right. Few technical difficulties. But we got her on, and now we're gonna get it popping. What's up, Mars? How you feeling today?
I am good out here in sunny San Diego.
see, you starting off bad already. Sunny San Diego. What's the weather like?
I think it's like in the 60s or 70s right now.
Okay, well, that's not too much of a difference. It's not that much. It's not like 80 degrees difference.
Not right now. There's time.
Well, we got her on, y'all. Like I said, this is a special person, and I want to give her a great introduction before she goes into introducing and finishing off who she is herself. This is longtime friend Mars Herring, who's a fitness professional living in San Diego by way of Chicago. Mars is an athlete. Mars is a workout enthusiast, workout professional. She's got military ties, and she's in a place where I started my career as a military man and as a professional. So when we talk about someone that like to uplift the spirit of us as a people, when we talk about someone who's on the up and up when it comes to making us better as a people, and someone who's actually getting noticed for the things that she loves to do, as a people, we got to bring up Mars Herring, because I remember from day one her letting me know what this vision would look like and what we would actually come to see maybe one day on TV. The whole Fit, Black, and Educated, and just how it all came about and how we really could just get behind it. And you know how it is on social media these days. A lot of times when you're not number one and you're not the most popular, sometimes you get overlooked. You can have a lot of things going for you and can have a lot of things that are really nice and grand, but no one pays attention unless you're the most popular person in the world. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you Fit Black and Educated's finest, Mrs. Mars Herring.
Thank you for that lovely introduction. Thank you so much.
No doubt, no doubt.
So I guess a little bit about Fit Black and Educated. It started 2016 when I moved out to San Diego. I just packed up from being at home in Chicago, and I was like, let's go exploring, and came out to San Diego. And I was so used to being around, the like-minded people in fitness, especially Black people. And when I came to San Diego, I was at a loss. It was a culture shock for me. San Diego the whole county is only about 5 or 6% Black, and I couldn't figure out where the Black people were to work out with. So instead of the idea of complaining about it, I decided to create Fit Black and Educated. So,
wow.
And from there it was just it started out just as a t-shirt and then a boot camp, whereas we were just, people working out together, and we were doing financial literacy workshops and workshops on how to eat healthy on a budget. And then from that point, it turned into a nonprofit.
Wow. And that's kind of where I want to start. I remember you talking about it from day one. And for it to be a nonprofit that's actually, because we know that nonprofits don't get noticed like they should, but for it to be a nonprofit that's actually noticed and actually something that the people have gotten behind, and not just us as a people, but everyone, that speaks volumes as to how hard you worked to get it off the ground.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's been a journey. I have a nice team with me, and we're steadily growing and getting our foothold within San Diego, and hopefully soon back home in Chicago.
Wow. So question. First question for yourself. What's your background when it comes to health and fitness?
I've always been active. I give that to my mom and my dad, because my mom we were always doing something, whether it was playing a sport, taking a hike, going bike riding. And she always emphasized that we needed to move. And then she started a small little garden. We didn't have much, but she started a small little garden. And I think without her actually knowing it, she instilled those things of eating healthy and being active within me, whereas now it's just a part of who I am. It's a lifestyle. I've never known anything other than that. And the discipline aspect comes from my dad within that as well. So it's like, okay, every morning, wake up, you're doing 25, squat thrusters, and then you're going to school and coming back home and, reading everything that they didn't teach you in school. So my family, my parents definitely instilled both aspects of what Fit Black and Educated is about.
Wow. And the next question, which totally made me jump on the ship from day one, was the fact that no matter where you are, no matter where you go, you represent the United States Marine Corps. And the tie that you have, and myself being a former Marine and being stationed in shouting distance from where you are right now, and seeing you in San Diego right next to that depot, and you even actually working for the Navy and just that whole thing right now, that right there made me fall in love with it that much more. Tell us what your ties are and why you represent that Eagle, Globe, and Anchor like you do.
So it started when I was 7. My dad was in Vietnam, 68 to 72, and he was the first. He didn't talk about his experience, and as a lot of people don't. And so from that point, I just started my journey into research. He's like, I'm not going to tell you anything. You have to research it for yourself. And from that point, I just fell in love with what it's about, the commitment and, the adapting and overcoming. And it was just who I am. And I wanted to go into the Marine Corps since I was 7. And then after college, I was applying for OCS. And I tore my ACL meniscus twice. So wow. That was out. But always and forever, it's deeply in my heart and the values and how I was raised.
Yeah, that's great. And I saw the last video, And even if we're going to get into the news interview, but when I saw the video and a few of them over this past couple of years, I see that big eagle globe and anchor, and that just like that warms my heart being a Marine. That there's women out there, because you don't see it enough. Women who go hard and who really do take that physical challenge and push themselves like we did in the Marine Corps. So that's great to see. That's great to see.
Oh yeah.
So what I would like to do now, I would like to pick your brain, because if you guys out there, you guys go to the page, it's Mars Herring, and she also has the Fit Black and Educated page on Facebook, Instagram, and all the media outlets. But what I want to focus on today, of course, is Black History Month. And of course, we like to take this 28 days that we have and use it for times to give props to the brothers and sisters that are always noticed every single time. And we talk about the famous people, we talk about the athletes. We never give love to those who are really out there working hard on the everyday, because it's just not the popular thing to do. But when you think of Fit, Black, and Educated, when you think of the dedication you have and your company has to those that might not know, to those that might not represent or feel that they play a part in giving us the just taking us forward when it comes to fitness. Seeing that you're in a leadership position now. Why was Fit, Black, and Educated so important to you in a month of like February, where it's kind of all about the ancestors, but you're doing it today? What makes Black History Month so important for you?
For me, it's not just like you said, it's about the ancestors, but it's also about having pride in being Black. You know, all the things that we weren't taught in school. A lot of times we're just taught about, you know, slavery and the top 3 people, but it's a lot more than that. And it's about our self-love and our growth and all the accomplishments that we did in the past and that we are doing today. That's the one thing that we did do, or that we're currently doing during Black History Month, is every Friday we're showing a different film and we're discussing it. You know, we put together a Black Love 5K that's, you know, some people are like, oh, is it just going to be for Black History Month? And I was like, no, Black History Month is longer than, you know, this. In the 5K, we decided to make it all the way through till May 19th, which is Malcolm X's birthday. It's like, we're pushing to for us to not just think about, you know, Black history and Black love and have pride in ourselves during the month, but throughout the whole year.
That's huge, because that's what we need. We need it to be 365. You even got people out there trying to abolish Black History Month, which I'm not mad at him if he's got another direction that we can go in, because we do need to be noticed every single day and not just 28 days. So I understand. So, question about Fit, Black, and Educated. This is a nonprofit. Am I correct?
Yes.
So, being a nonprofit, have you found it challenging to get people to pretty much donate and get behind your cause, seeing that it's kind of directed towards one particular culture, or seem to be that way?
Initially, there was some pushback, but I wasn't going anywhere. So either you can get on board or you can try and understand. You just keep moving. So that's how I thought. Some people ask, why do they call it the word Black, and think I should include everybody? And I said, yes, I understand everybody. However, everybody doesn't have the same health disparities that we have in our community. Everybody doesn't have, you know, the same obesity rates, the heart rate disease, the high.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
You're breaking up just a little bit.
Is it still breaking up?
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. I said it's not. Every other community doesn't have the same health disparities that we have, and the focus is on Black people, and people are kind of getting to change it. No, I care about my community. This is where I'm staying.
That's true, and that's correct, and that's big of you because we don't focus enough on just the disparity between us and everyone else, and we kind of like to include others into our disparity, which is definitely just us, to be honest. So that's great that you can actually put the emphasis on a particular culture while still not just not, I guess, leaving out everyone else. So it's good to be able to do both. So when we talk about black, being fit, black, and educated, do you think that that's something that we all look to be? Do you think that's something that we all put an emphasis on? Do you think we all look to be those three things?
I think that we can be. I think sometimes we let life take hold and we don't take control of what's going on. We look at things like, oh, well, eventually my finances will get together. I don't have to really worry about that. But that's health. That's your financial health. We look at our physical things, our body, and it's like, oh, I'll just take that medication. I'll be fine. And like, no, that's your physical health, your internal health. You have to take care of that. And when you also our mental health, and a lot of times these things we're like, oh, eventually, it'll be fine. But it's like, no, you have to proactively do these things if we're going to survive. And if we're going to not just survive, but thrive.
That's true. And that's the part I think where we get it mixed up sometimes. I think we look for it to be that way as soon as we want it to, instead of going into the work that it takes to get it that way so that it lasts for a long period of time.
Yes, definitely.
So my next question would be, seeing that you yourself, you're fit, black, and educated. I know that you play football. You're a trainer. You're a workout aficionado. Basically, you love to do it. If anyone was to go to your page right now, they'll see you going hard, whether it's outside, inside, in your living room, no matter where you are. We recently talked, a while back, we talked about you getting that sponsorship or that little deal with Reebok. And to go on,
yeah.
I remember we talked about that from the start. So to go on when it finally came and you actually had the Reebok symbol put up, that was huge, and I celebrated you on that. And I'm gonna give you a piece of flack real quick because I shouted you out, and I said I was gonna say it too. I shouted you out episode after episode. And I'm like, one day she gonna hear me shout her out. She gonna hear me shout out. But that's how proud I was to know that it was somebody out there getting it in the form of working out and teaching all these people. So when you go on fitblackandeducated.org and you see just the goodness, just the melanin, just the symbol, you see the flag, and you see all those things that's near and dear, because we don't get support on that red, black, and green doesn't get enough support. Everyone's got a flag. It's a gazillion flags these days, and people love to fly them high, but no one really flies that red, black, and green flag high enough, if you ask me. Not even us as colored, melanated African Americans, blacks. We don't fly it high enough. So when we had that conversation, and when you sent me the pictures of San Diego representing every building, all the government stuff being red, black, and green, that was huge. That was huge to see that. What'd you think about that? Just that nod to us.
I was definitely excited about it. The whole aspect of even getting the county to light up the county buildings was huge. It was just an idea, and I talked to someone about it, and she got in contact with the right people, put me in contact with them, and then suddenly there we go. So it was definitely a pleasure, and it's we've been out there and we've running from the building, taking pictures, and I've just enjoyed the evolution of everything.
Yeah, that was huge, and to know you played a part in that, those are the behind the scene things that people who might come and tour the area, they don't know that Mars Herring has something to do with that, and that's the cool part. You're behind the scenes kicking butt making sure that everybody gets noticed that's engulfed by that red, black, and green. So I really love you for that. Myself, I feel you because I'm in the neighborhood where the rainbow flag flies over the moon. And
Mm-hmm.
for me to be on the corner, I've gone through some changes being on the corner and flying that red, black, and green flag because like I came home a couple of times and the flag sits on my balcony of my bedroom. So when I come home, I pull up off. As soon as I get off Lakeshore Drive and make a left, I see the flag. So a couple of times I've come home and there's no flag right there. And I'm like, okay, what happened to the flag? And now I can't say I got the most expensive flag holder, but what I can say is it's not gonna ever be broken or anything unless somebody does it. It's like a little two-piece holder. So when I come home and late at night, I see the flag on the ground. And I don't live on the first floor, but my flag is on the ground. I'm having a fit. And I'm like, okay, I got two options here. I could just go downstairs and pick it up and put it back, or I could go next door to my house, which is where my neighbor lives, and we share the balcony and just, basically go in on them. So it's one of them things where you got to really just think about what's going on because they will test you by way of just messing with your stuff when it's not like what's going on in that area. So I commend you for that.
Oh yeah.
And it's definitely something to fly high because it's just not done enough within our own communities, with ourselves, and just the people who we look like, the people like us.
Yeah, we take that flag on every hike that we do. Along the trail, people are always stopping us, asking us, hey, what does that flag mean? Why do you carry it? One time we were hiking. It was just a small female group of us hiking, and there were two black guys that was like hiking in different directions. Like, hey, if anybody messes with you guys, just let us know. Those were those moments to be like, oh, protect black women. Okay.
And that's what you need. You need that protection.
Yeah, it's always great.
That's great, and I really do. I really do applaud you for that. And the people that I know that talk about FBE, they really applaud you for just making it just top priority. So go ahead.
I'm saying, and the love that I get from you, even though I didn't hear your shout outs because I was busy and I missed the show sometimes. But just like the love from home and here and from you, like that's beyond. I definitely appreciate it.
It's to the utmost importance because we have to support each other, and a lot of times we don't understand that the support is free. It's free. I've been guilty of it. I've been guilty of not supporting my friends enough with the free support. We all have, but it's never too late to start, and it's always something to be proud of when you see good things happening with those who you love and you care about. So when it comes to Fit Black and Educated, just know that I always got your back. You always got a spot on the show, and you're always able to come push any information needed and any information that you want to promote. You always got that time to do so when we're here.
I definitely appreciate that.
No doubt. So moving forward, what we want to get into now is just more of the fitness. And what I see a lot of on your page is people who are being introduced to something different, along with those who are the professionals and those who are the enthusiasts. You do a lot of work with those who are introduced. And most of the time, when you see people introduced to stuff, they're always introduced in a way that is kind of not conducive to learning. It's like, just get out there and do it. But what I noticed with your program and the people who you work with, you guys actually pay attention to all of the clients and all the participants and what you got going on. And I like that, being a trainer myself. You don't want to just do a class. You want to do a class where everyone learns, no matter what it is. So what do you think what's the big deal? I want you to let the people know. Why is it so important for you to teach the new guys the right way to do things? Why is that so important?
I would say form is everything. It's that's why it's important, because if you start off, doing something the wrong way, you're going to keep doing it the wrong way until eventually something snaps or something breaks. But if you start off doing it the right way, if you start off understanding, okay, well, I need this correct form, you're going to get better at it, and then you're going to be able to lift more. You're going to be able to run further or faster when you have the correct form and proper techniques. And that's why that's important. And that's the part that I always try and emphasize to everyone that we're training. Even in a group setting, we may have like one trainer training everyone and giving them instruction, and I'm going around watching everybody. Going around, hey, correcting, tweaking some little thing here. Even with the kids that are out there, it's like, hey, let's do this correctly, do that correctly. And that's like the part, that's why it's important. That's what we do.
And that's great, because you see a lot of programs and you see a lot of trainers who just, believe it or not, it gets kind of tough sometimes when you see celebrities and you see people who just don't have that background and they jump right into fitness due to popularity. And I mean, I recently had a former client of mine, get hurt in the program. I'm not going to mention any names. They might see this. They might go back and see it, because it's on forever once it hit iHeart and Intellectual Radio. But they basically went into a program full speed ahead because it was a free program, and because it was the thing to do for the moment in Chicago. And you see that a lot, but they weren't ready. And your specific body might not be able to handle what the next person's body can handle. And if you don't have the right supervision or no one paying attention to you, that specific person, you can get hurt. And if you take 15 people at once and one of them get hurt, it might not be on you as the instructor. You might feel like it's not on you, but it's kind of on you too. So when that person got hurt, it's like, I mean, they're done. They're done for the year when it comes to that type of movement, when they could have just not even had that situation happen in the first place if they were just given any type of instruction further than just the regular boot camp class. So I commend you for that, for just making sure that that's important. And if you think about fitness, the other side of it being mental and being something that can be emotionally moving, what do you think is so important about the camaraderie when it comes to you and your teammates and your colleagues, and how you guys influence the public? Do you think it's something that you could have done by yourself, or do you think it's something that definitely required a team?
I think that the team is always better for this, because of the fact that you're forming a community and you want other people to be involved in it. You want like-mindedness. You want to build that mental strength, that resilience that needs to be there. So that's like one of the aspects for me. And I think when we started, there were maybe 15 people, and then it went down to 5, and then it increased again. And then you just have those consistent people that come and then tell everyone else about it. And it's building that, people saying, oh, well, it's fun. And the fact, oh, I'm actually learning something, or I've gotten stronger. And you hear those testimonials from people. They're like, yo, this is working. We're doing something. We're improving people's lives.
That's great. That feels better than anything, period, when you know that you've affected someone. But this is another thing I wanted to ask, as a colleague and fitness professional. Do you feel that it's kind of a two-part question, and I kind of asked all my colleagues this because some of us get paid a lot, some of us get paid a little. We all get paid something, but then you got the internet and you got social media out there where everyone at least feels like, since you got a class going on, that everything should be free. Can you kind of touch on the fact that the feeling behind being trained and being better and looking good, feeling good, how that has no dollar amount on it?
Oh, that's it's an investment in yourself. It's either you're going to pay for the hospital bills later or pay to have a trainer and be healthy now. So I'd rather pay for the trainer and pay to be healthy now rather than, living a shorter life. And that's what I tell my clients and some people, because the boot camp is free. That's the one thing. I always made the boot camp free so that there's no excuse. I was eliminating that part. But like for the personal training aspect, I tell my clients that all the time. It's like, oh, well, your price is increased. Okay, yes. My skills are actually worth what, I'm charging you. I just didn't do this overnight. I've been in this for a long time. And what I'm giving you is going to last you a lifetime. I'm not just here to train you just so that, you can, look good for the summer or so that you can quickly do something. No, I'm giving you something that's sustainable for you. I'm not giving you a quick fix.
And then when you think about the joy and just how proud people are once they make that change, I definitely know the price that I charge you is way less than the effect that it had on you. So it's like how you even get it's totally life changing. So you get to complain. You get to actually complain about me changing your life 100%. And it's a complaint? What type of world do we live in?
It's a right now kind of world.
And I think a lot of it's because of social media and because of celebrities whose jobs go away, to be honest. Because if I'm a popular figure in this world, I play football or basketball and it's over for me. A lot of times I don't know what to do once the last horn sounds. And why not go into training? So that gets on my nerves sometimes, but we wanted to kind of wrap it up and just say that we thank you for all that you're doing for the people. We saw you on San Diego, the local news station. You guys go and check that out again. My girl Mars is on the local news, getting it in with FBE. Go check that out, y'all. And before we go, we just want you to let the people know where we could find you.
Okay. You can find Fit Black and Educated on Instagram at FBE_INC. And also you can find us at fitblackandeducated.org. And on Facebook, you can find our business page at Fit Black and Educated. And if you're looking for me, Mars Fit, it's _Mars Fit. So.
Nice. What's your next event?
Our next event is the 5K. It's still going on, the Black Love 5K. And then tonight we are doing a screening of the Tuskegee Airmen. And we also have a discussion with Mr. Shelby Jacobs, who was a part of the NASA Apollo 6 launch.
Wow, that's huge. You guys be sure to go check that out. Check out my girl Mars and Fit Black and Educated all over social media. She's doing big things. Just want to let you know to keep doing your thing, Mars. You're out there in sunny San Diego. Keep doing your thing and keep inspiring the people like you always have done. Just want to let you know we love you and we back you up. Like I said, whatever you got going on, I'm here for it and look forward to working with you in the near future.
Thank you, definitely. See you when I come home.
No doubt. Have a great day and keep inspiring the people.
All right, will do.
Have a great day. All right, guys, that was Mars Herring from Fit Black and Educated. Love to have her on. Been trying to get on for a long time. Glad to have her and glad for you guys out there listening. Go back, check it out. Check out Fit Black and Educated. Check out the Fitness Report radio show brought to you by the Fitness Representative. Look us up. We're live, and when we come on, we're always live. We're on IntellectualRadio.com. Once this guy hits the air, it's on forever. So check us out at IntellectualRadio.com. Check out Intellectual Radio on social media outlets also. And have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Hopefully the weather does you well. This has been the Fitness Report radio show brought to you by the Fitness Representative, representing fitness for life. Let's go. The falling leaves drift by my window. The autumn leaves